We at Candy Coated Kink want you to have fun and not die. We want all of our kinky friends to be around forever. We're going to show you a little bit about safety with inflatable suits. Inflatable suits are a lot of fun to wear, but there is a lot of inherent risk that we need to discuss. It's much like scuba diving. Just like scuba diving, there is a lot of risk. If you understand what the risks are and prepare for them and practice what can go wrong, then you can be a lot safer. And just like scuba diving, wearing an inflatable suit can be incredibly fun and well worth the risk, especially if you understand the risks and practice for emergencies. The risks are lowered. The safest thing that you can do is to have somebody present while you're using the suit, and for them to have a sharp pair of scissors nearby just in case they need to get you out quickly. What you should also do is establish some nonverbal signals with your partner to let them know that you're under distress. These could be a movement of an arm, a certain sound. You can even use devices that make loud noises like a personal alarm or even an air horn inside if you need to. But just some way to communicate that you're under distress and that they need to get you out. It's also a good idea to take a retractable box cutter inside the suit with you. Of course, leaving the blade retracted, but in case you need to get out, you can always use that. Before you get inside the suit, you want to make sure that the breathing tube is firmly attached. There should be 1 or 2 safety pins through the tube that hold it in place. You want to try to pull it loose before you get inside. You do not want this coming loose while you're inside, because then you will not be able to breathe, and that would be a serious problem. Also, give the mouthpiece a tug. If it's a CPAP mask, you can do the same thing. Make sure that it's on there snug. If you're going to use a string or rope to zip up the zipper when you get into the suit, it is important that you tie a good knot that is not going to come undone. You don't want to get stuck. The easiest one to do is if you pull the rope through, you can tie a simple knot around both pieces. This is a very easy knot, and it will not come undone because it will tighten around itself. It's also important to tie some knots at the other end, which will make it easier to feel the rope when your hand is inside. And make sure that you can grip and feel through the suit. So you might think it's a little bit funny that I have a rope attached when I've got somebody watching me, but the thing is, you don't know if something's going to happen to the person that's watching you. So this is always a good idea, even if you have supervision. So before you get into the suit and zip it up, you want to check your mouthpiece to make sure that there are no leaks. To do this, you'll breathe in and out through the mouthpiece while blocking temporarily the breathing hole on the outside of the suit, like this. A tiny bit of air may come out around the safety pin or safety pins. This is okay. The idea is to make sure that the majority of the air is coming in and out through the breathing hole. If you have a leak, what can happen is the area inside of the suit can fill up with your exhaled air, and you can end up rebreathing a lot of CO2, which can result in death. We don't want that. Locate the emergency valve that is down inside of one of the arms. It should be right about where your fingertips are. You want to keep your fingertips on this at all times in case you need to release the air pressure to get out. There's also a second emergency valve located near your mouth on the inside of the suit. Both of these have no one-way flap, so if you pull the valve, it will gush air into your face. Many people opt for a CPAP mask instead of the snorkel mouthpiece because the CPAP mask stays on your face and it's easy to use. The snorkel mouthpiece, however, has to be bit and you have to keep up with it. But the snorkel mouthpiece is safer because it allows easy access to the emergency release valve. With the CPAP mask, you only have access to the release valve that's by your hand. It's safest to inflate the suit by mouth using the emergency valve that's located near your face. Because if anything goes wrong, you can simply let go and the air that is inside the suit will gush back out into your face and you can breathe that air. So to inflate, you'll take breaths in through the snorkel mouthpiece by having it located just below the valve. You don't actually have to put this in your mouth. Just as long as it's located close by, you can take breaths in through your mouth and then exhale into the valve. Then you can block with your tongue and take another breath in through your mouth and nose. You can continue until you inflate the suit, and then you'll have to plug it with your mouth and tongue, like this. And of course, when you're done, to get back out, you can simply bite and pull. You can also release the one that's down by your fingers. So next, I am going to zip up using my rope that is tied to the zipper. And I'm going to go ahead and put the snorkel mouthpiece in my mouth. Once I zip up, I'm going to go ahead and check the breathing tube one more time after I inflate. Because once I inflate, if something goes wrong with the breathing tube, I need to know immediately so that I can go ahead and release the air and get out. Have fun. Next, you'll have to find your rope. You may have to move your arm and transfer to the other arm temporarily to get the rope situated so that you can pull it. It helps if you grab the top of the strap to pull it tight so that it's easier to unzip. The zipper should never be hard to unzip. You don't want to pull and put too much force because you'll just break the zipper.
And then you're stuck.
If it's ever difficult, then you might need to just change the angle that you're pulling, or you might need to pull the track tighter. The zipper should never be difficult to unzip. If it is and you pull hard, you may just break it and then you may just be stuck. Thanks for watching. Be safe and have fun.